We're going to read Genesis chapter 25. Alright, so Genesis chapter 25 today. And then maybe another chapter. But if you look, my battery is really low on the laptop. We're talking 18%, so we'll see how it does. Uh, Oops, hold on. Let me just. Alright, so let's get started. Hmm. All right, Abraham. This is Genesis chapter 25. Abraham had taken another wife, whose name was Keturah. Keturah, she bore Zimram, Jokshan, Median, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and uh, Shua. Shua. Okay, well, there's a note over here. I wonder. Let's read that note. So this is verses 1. The use of the plural concubine in verse 6 and the lack of any time related clauses or clause related or stating clearly that Keturah came on the scene after um, Sarah's death suggests that. How come it's not? Suggests that Keturah may have entered the family at an earlier period, between Ishmael and Isaac. The author doesn't relate anything in chronological order. Okay, and so on and so forth. So I don't know this information at all. It doesn't seem like it really gives me any information, so that is important. So let's continue. Jokshan was the father of Sheba and Dedan. The descendants of Dedan were the Asherites, the Latushites, and the uh, El, Elam, Elamites. Okay, the sons of Midian were Elaph, Eper, Hanath, Abida, and Eldah. All these were the descendants of Keturah. Whether she was after or during, I'm not sure. So I don't even want to find out. Abraham left everything he owned to Isaac. But while he was still living, his son Isaac, uh, he gave gifts to the sons of his concubines and sent them away from his son Isaac to the land of the east. Okay. Uh oh. Hmm. Okay, let's move it up a little bit. There we go. Abraham lived 175 years. Then Abraham breathed his last and died at a good old age. An old man full of years, and he was gathered to his people. His sons Isaac and Ishmael buried uh, buried him in the cave of Machpelah near Mamre, in the field of Ephron, son of Zoar, the Hittite. The field Abraham had bought from the Hittites. There, Abraham buried his wife Sarah, and after Abraham's death, God blessed his son Isaac, whom who left, who then lived near Beer-lahai. Oh, hi, how are you doing? Hi, Nasir. Okay, so give me a second. Let me move it up a little bit. This has to do with Isaac's sons. This account of the family line of Abraham's son Ishmael, whom Sarah's slave Hagar, the Egyptian, bore to Abraham. These are the names of the sons of Ishmael listed in in the order of their birth, right? Nehubath, the firstborn. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Um, Hi, Brenda. Hope you're doing well. God bless you. Uh, Nehubat, the firstborn of Ishmael, Kedar, Adbeel, uh, I'm not sure I pronounced this one. My Bisam, my Bisam, Mishma, Duma, Masa, Hadad, Tima, Jetur, Nafish, Kedma. Okay. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are the names of the 12 tribal rulers according to their settlements and camps. Thank you for your thumbs up. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Okay, their settlements and their camps. Ishmael lived and we're going to find out. Hold on. He lived a. Okay. He lived tribal rulers according to their settlements and camps. Ishmael lived 137 years. He breathed his last and died, and he was gathered to his people. His descendants settled in the area from Havilah to Shur, near the eastern border of Egypt as you go toward Asher, and they lived in hostility toward all the tribes related to them. All right, let's continue. Thank you. This is the account of the family line of Abram's son Isaac. Abram became the father of Isaac, and or Abraham became the father of Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he married Rebekah, daughter of Bethuel, the uh, Armenian, the Armeni. I'm not sure I pronounce this. Uh, Araman, from Padan will help me. Padan, okay. Aram, sister, hold on, there's a star over here by Aram. That's what it says. The northwest, that is northwest Mesopotamia, Aram. And sister of Laban, the Armenian. I'm just going to pronounce it like that. It just, maybe it's wrong, but yeah. Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was childless. The Lord answered his prayer, and his wife, Rebekah, became pregnant. The babies jostled each other within her, and she said, "Why is this happening to me?" Here, let me show you. So she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said to her, Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger. When the time came for her to give birth, there were twin boys in her. What's the twin boys in her womb? Verse 25. The first to come out was red, and his whole body was like a hairy garment. So they named him Esau. After this, his brother came out with a hand grasping Esau's heel, the heel catcher. So he was named Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when Rebekah gave birth to them. All right, let's move this up. Verse 27. Isaac, who had a taste for wild game, loved Esau, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Once, when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau came in from the open country, famished. He said to Jacob, "Quick, let me have some of that red stew. I am famished." That is why he was also called Edom. Okay, so find out what that means. Hold on. Means red. I think his Esau also means hairy, I believe. Although I didn't click on it, but I'm pretty sure. Okay. So Jacob replied, "First sell me your birthright." But Jacob said, "Swear to me first." So he swore an oath to him, selling his birthright to Jacob. Here, let me read this too. Esau didn't value his birthright and gave it away because of hunger. How can we protect ourselves from moments of weakness and temptation? How can we make sure we prioritize what's most important? All right, we're almost done. Then Jacob gave Esau some bread and some lentil stew. He ate and drank and then got up and left. So Esau despised his birthright. Okay, so why do you think that Esau really despised his birthright? I thought, he was supposed to value and protect his birthright. I know that sometimes I get so thirsty that but I never thought once to get rid of my birthright just because I'm thirsty. What kind of person is that? Okay, I know there's some place in the Bible that talks about Esau in the New Testament. I think uh, God said, "Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated." But hated not like as in God hates you, but I believe that Esau made the wrong decision, right? Because your birthright is important, and as a matter of fact, it's not up to you whether you have the birthright or not. It's up to God. And God already decided who the birthright goes to. Um, and none of the family members really actually cared. They wanted the birthright for themselves. Instead of seeking God, they they just decided it's up it's up for grabs. So let when something is very important, we must pray and ask God for the wisdom, and then He will guide us. So God bless you, and thank you for tuning in. Okay, I'm out for today. Chapter 26 tomorrow, and maybe I'll study more of the words. Yeah, we have to end early because the actual my my battery is low. So God bless you. Thank you for liking the video. If you did, that's okay. If you didn't, God bless you anyway. All right, all right. Bye bye. Thank you so much for logging in.